morning. Today's Valentine's Day, and I picked an angel card that's going to be with us on our little journey today, and I have the Angel of Wisdom. And when I first saw that, I thought about, gosh, there's so much wisdom in the earth and the planet and the trees, and I'm just so excited to show you Randolph's Leap. So now we're going into Randolph's Leap, and it has this really sweet little gate you see here where you go in and then you have to kind of go around it. And here we are, we're at Randolph's Leap. Now we're at Randolph's Leap, where this is the map of the leap, and I want to introduce you to my friend Lucy, who's gonna explain a little bit about Randolph's Leap to us right now. Hi, Lucy.
Hi.
So stand in front of the sign, Luce. Yeah, okay. So what about Randolph's Leap? What do you know?
So Randolph's Leap got its name from the 14th century, and actually should be called Alistair's Leap, because Randolph lived on the other side of the river, and a man called Cummings lived on this side. And once upon a time they fell out of favour with Robert the Bruce and others, and they all were ambushed and had to come back over this side, and it was Alistair and his men who jumped back this side to safety.
And
So
what century was that, Lucy?
that was in the 14th century.
Thank you.
As well, for you later on the floods that happened here, and as you can see from here, it was 1829. So in 1829 we had some very high levels of water, and we'll show you the floodstone later on.
So when I first came to Findhorn, one of the things, we have this thing called Experience Week. So you learn about the area, and so this was one of the areas where we came. And this is where I met with everyone, and then we all just sort of scattered into different areas. But look at this river. Listen to this river. Reminds me of the tides of change. You know, we're always in different parts of our lives where things are moving. And it's always up to us to access our own wisdom of all the changes that we find in our lives, and how our lives flow like a river with the currents and all the changes. This is a time for all of us to access our wisdom and to go to nature and connect, and to really feel the currents in the earth as we feel the currents within ourselves. This is what we call wisdom. In the running water of our lives, it's always nice to just take a pause and just look around and see the beauty that's everywhere, in the roots of the trees, in the earth, and the skies. Look at the light today. It's beautiful. In my lifetime, I've never seen a place like this, where this river is just incredible. rushing water, we move into the still ponds, the quieter places, the places to slow down, the places to contemplate, the places to access your deep internal wisdom.
So this is lichen, and this grows a lot in Scotland because of the unpolluted air. So when you see lichen, this light green mossy-like substance on anything, and I'm going to show you a tree with it on in a moment. This is just a little piece of bush, bell heather, that it's attached to, and that light green lichen is all about showing us that the air is unpolluted so it can grow. There's another tree over here which has also got a whole tree full of lichen. If you can see that tree there, completely covered.
So Lucy and I are at the river. We're having a little tea break and it's just beautiful here. We're kind of at a point where these two rivers come together. And next we're going to show you where the floods were. But I want all of us to remember the wisdom. There's wisdom in everything. So we'll meet you at the flood zone.
So this is the flood stone that we talked about. This is how high up the flooding came. Now I'll try and just show you how high that is. It's really, if you look down here, you'll see it's a steep drop down into the water. So if you can picture how high that water came. And the floodstone marks that flooding that we talked about at the beginning in the 1800s.
So where we were from the rapids, this is where the other river comes and meets the river where it was all the rolling water and such. You can kind of hear it a little bit in the distance. And we're at the spot where this is where Randolph's Leap was named from.
So this is where Alistair leapt with his men, but they've named it after Randolph.
Back where we started from. I want you to meet this longhorn cow just sitting here grazing with his buddies. Yep, they're called longhorns. I'm in the field at Logie Steading, so we're gonna go and have some lunch. Here's all his buddies, his friends, and then this is the way to Logie Steading. So we're at Logie Steading, and this is the little playground here, and then this is another part of the river where we just came from Randolph's Leap. This is Logie Steading, which is basically a few little shops, a little liquor store there. So here are these little shops here. Lucy and I are gonna go here for lunch. A little bookstore. Look at this. Okay, this is the end of our trip. We wanted to come to one last place. And this is Logie Steading. This is Lucy and me. And there's the homestead. Is that what that is?
That's the estate house. Yeah, so that's the house that owns the whole estate here.
So here we are on this Valentine's Day, the day of wisdom and the day of love. So there's Logie Stedding. There's Lucy. Here's me. I don't know if you can see me. So this is the end of our journey for today. And if we really reflect on what wisdom is, no matter what, it comes from inside ourselves. Our life is like these rivers, the rivers that come together, places that we need to leap over and jump to, like when we saw Randolph's leap. I'd like to express today is just go to the stillness within you. That's where the wisdom resides. So I love you guys. Bye.